Today, we are shifting our focus to Vox Veritatis. Often overlooked, she is a specialized garrison officer designed specifically for base defense. But the big question remains, is she worth the awakening? Vox is all about sustainability. Her skills focus on reducing the impact of enemy officer abilities while strengthening your base's internal response. When you look at her stats, you see a clear focus on garrison support, making her a niche but powerful choice. However, in a meta dominated by Architect and Ivankov, we need to see if her awakening provides enough value to justify the statues. Let's break down her skills and see if she truly deserves a spot in your headquarters. Let's analyze the heart of her defense, the Investigator skill. Once awakened, this tactical ability becomes a dual threat. When your troops are garrisoned, it provides a solid 30% damage resistance for your base, lasting a full 8 seconds. But here's the game changer, the skill haste. By reducing the prep time of all garrisoned officers by 0.5 seconds, Vox turns your defense into a rapid-fire machine. She ensures that your shields and counterattacks from other officers trigger faster than the enemy can react. In high-level play, that half-second advantage is exactly what keeps your base standing while others burn. Moving on to her second skill, encouraging. This is where Vox shifts from pure defense to aggressive counterattacks. When her troop is garrisoned in your base, it increases the damage intensity by a massive 32%. Think about that for a second. While other officers are busy just trying to survive, Vox is making sure your base hits back, and hits hard. Damage intensity is one of the most important stats for melting enemy units that are trying to siege you. It ensures that any troop standing outside your gates is going to feel the burn much faster. Now, let's look at her third skill, your on-camera. This is where Vox becomes incredibly annoying for your enemies. Every time her troop attacks, there is a 30% chance to inflict fatigue on the target for 4 seconds. What does fatigue do? It reduces the enemy's firepower by 30%. This is a massive debuff. Imagine a heavy tank or a powerful officer trying to siege your base, only to have nearly a third of their damage stripped away. Since this can trigger every 4 seconds, Vox can effectively keep your attackers in a weakened state, making even the strongest units hit like wet paper. Fourth skill, Raised Spirits. This is a straightforward balanced passive that increases both firepower and HP by 15%. And finally, the Moment of Truth, the Awakening skill, Winning Mentality. This is where Vox Veritatis either makes it or breaks it for your setup. When awakened, her Investigator skill gets a massive upgrade. While garrisoned, she not only maintains that vital 30% damage resistance for 8 seconds, but she also unlocks the ability to reduce the prep time of all garrisoned officers by 0.5 seconds. Think about the synergy. In a meta where every millisecond counts, Vox ensures your other defenders like Ivankov or Architect trigger their shields faster and more often. She doesn't just defend, she accelerates your entire defense system. If you're looking for a specialized officer to counter high-skill damage players and speed up your defensive rotation, her awakening is a high-level tactical investment that pays off in the heat of battle. Last but certainly not least, we have the ultimate armor specialist for your base, Thorn Countess. We need to talk about the awakening skill, Beauty Worth Preserving. On paper, applying shields directly to the base sounds great, but let's be real. The numbers aren't that impressive. A 15% increase to shield strength is relatively weak in the current meta. When you're facing high-level sieges, these shields pop almost instantly, offering very little actual protection to your headquarters. While the 10% normal attack resilience is a nice permanent buff, it's not enough to justify a massive investment. Unless you've already maxed out your primary defenders, this awakening shouldn't be your priority. Don't fall for the hype. Sometimes a shield is just a thin layer of paper. Let's talk about the tactical flexibility of Golden Eagle. His standout defensive feature is the best of the best skill. When garrisoned, it provides a permanent 10% damage resistance boost to your base. But here's the professional tip. Because this is a learnable skill, you can train a second officer with it while still using Golden Eagle in your lineup. This allows you to stack damage resistance across your defense. Now let's move on to the live tests.